StudentCam video competition challenges high school and middle school students to produce a mini-documentary about compelling issues of the day. This year's winners crafted a video message to President Obama. Here's one of the second prize winners.
You can find them in every city, under bridges and on street corners. You can ignore them, but they're still there. And their numbers are growing every day. So the question is, what are we going to do about it?
Being homeless, it taught me how to survive the elements of the winter weather and the summer weather. You have these elements that, like if you got blizzard conditions, you better be ready for it. I would say that I'm a survivor due to the fact that I've been pretty much through it for the last 6.5, 7 years.
I'm originally from New York City, and it's exposed, the homeless people are exposed to us in the raw nature. We have an underground network of people that live in the subway system there. We have shelters that the homeless are actually afraid to go into the shelters behind the violence, and the drug use that goes on inside missions or places that are set up for them. They'd rather stay in the street, they feel safer in the street. So I've always had a picture in my mind of what homelessness was, and I didn't want to be that kind of individual.
Some people would say we shouldn't really worry about whether there are 5,000 homeless people or 1 million homeless people, that even a handful of homeless people are too many, and we should concentrate on solving the problem, not counting or enumerating or assessing the problem. Other people would say that time and money spent on counting is time and money that's taken away from helping people. These are resources we should apply to the crisis.
We don't get any government money, and for us the government is somebody we partner with insofar as the Veterans Administration. We get a VA rep here one day a week because we have so many vets who are entitled to support, and they do help us with men who are veterans of the U.S. military who need some help.
I think homeless people and people that can't afford to feed themselves are very lucky to be in the Harrisburg area, because there's not a day in this city that you would go without eating. And because of God's grace in this place, there's seldom a time when you would go without some place to live.
I see other homeless people that are living in abandoned houses, living under railroad track bridges. This the government don't see. Living under bridges, they don't see these people. So I think there's much more homeless people than what's estimated.
If we can afford to send billions in foreign aid to countries that are far away because of their starving masses, I think it's a shame that we can't feed and house the people that are here in this country.
We are a privately funded organization. Those 14,000 donors who support us are not giving us government money. So I've had to give you an honest answer is we don't expect the government to solve that issue. Now there are some very good government programs and grants available, and they're working on it. But it has to be a partnership between the private sector and the government if it's going to be successful. The government by itself isn't going to get it done.
If we had $210 million to begin housing the homeless, we would do a great deal. I stress that to make it very clear. We're not talking about whether or not we have the resources in this extraordinarily and fortunately rich country to house the homeless. We're talking about whether or not we're going to make the decision to do that to alleviate the misery of so many people, including so many children.
You've just seen a winning entry from C-SPAN's StudentCam video competition. To view more winning entries and to see the complete list of winners, visit studentcam.org.